want to start out with thanking you today for
agreeing to do this interview.
and I also want to tell you how much I value your transparency.
In your book, which we're going to talk about right now, and I value it so much because the message within it I know is going to help, if not a million, at least one person. I know it'll help more, but at least one person is going to benefit from reading this book. Can you tell the viewers your name, please, sir?
I am Lamont Fulwood, child of God.
Amen. How old are you, Lamont?
46 years old.
46 years young. 46 years young. All right, so what's the name of your book?
The Dreams of a Saint, Finding Peace Through Nanny's Prayers.
The Dreams of a Saint, Finding Peace Through Nanny's Prayers. All right. I started reading the book already, and I'm so moved. I'm so impressed. And it's a true story, you know. It's a true story. It's based off his life. It's pretty much your biography, right?
Yeah, that it is. I was in trouble. Father and I was in jail for selling dope. You know what I'm saying? And and God gave me a vision. He told me that I was gonna write a book one day. This before I was in college or anything. And my book was gonna become a movie. He told me that I'll become a millionaire legally instead of illegally again. So I wound up going to jail. And I heard about the financial aid refund. So I told myself, I said, man, I might as well go ahead on and go to college and get the refund, get out, give me some dope, you know what I'm saying, and get back on my feet.
This was after incarceration?
Yeah, when I got out of prison.
Okay, so because, you know, the viewers don't know,
Okay,
you were incarcerated for some time. How long?
3 years.
For 3 years. He was incarcerated. At what age was that?
I don't know.
A little gray area? It'd be like that sometimes.
It was 30-something.
30-something. Okay.
Yeah, I was 30-something years old.
Okay.
Well, when you I never been asked that question, so I never really had to think back about what year it was. But when you do your facts check concerning my book,
yes,
and you Google my name, the year come up.
Okay, that's neither here nor there.
So I got out of prison.
What were you in for?
Driver suspended license, habitual.
Really?
When you read the book, you're gonna be shocked. Like everything I done did in my life, what I was doing.
And what you went for driving with
driver's suspended license. I took my daughter to the her appendix was about to burst, and I took her to Jackson Memorial Hospital, and I parked in the emergency thing inside my truck. My truck, I had a show truck Suburban with the music and all that, and the police came and told me I had to move it. And what's my name? So I gave him my name. In the midst of him running my name, the doctor came out there and said that she got to have emergency surgery because her appendix about to burst, and he gave me the rundown that if it bursts, it's poison, it can kill her, and blah, 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 blah. So by the time he finished telling me that, the police came back over there and told me I was under arrest. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, really? So, make a long story short, he was like, you should have told me. He said, because once I call it in, it's a felony. So it's on record that I got you right here
and
for a felony. I got to take you. Even though he heard that, so I had to sign the papers for her to have her surgery and call my mother. And my mother came out there. I went to jail. The judge told me, you're not getting out. The judge told me, say that you have several withhold adjudications, meaning that people can get more than one. I had several, because I always had money, or not me having money, my stepfather, he was a drug dealer. So I had money through my family.
Right.
So whenever I went to jail, I either got a good lawyer, I did this, or God just blessed me to beat the case. So the judge was like, either you take the plea, 3 years, or you go to trial today. If you get found guilty, I'm gonna enhance it on the habitual act, and you're gonna get double. It's 5 years for the case. So I would have been doing 10 years for Jones suspended license if I didn't take the plea right then. So we went, I talked to the public defender, because I ain't had no money. You know what I'm saying, at that time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I could have beat the case.
Mm-hmm.
I could have said they were temporary insanity, which legally is true, because my child was about to die.
Right.
So I drove. That's the only reason why I drove.
So how did that work out? Did they
No,
not?
I didn't do it, because now this is the first time I had a public defender, and I didn't want to take that chance. So I thought to myself, and this just honestly, I was a bad individual. I knew how to fight. I had a heart big as a lion. So I wanted to go to prison. See, this how naive I was. I wanted to go where all the bad dudes was to see the bad dudes.
I'm a bad dude. You know what I'm saying? Not realizing that this would put a stain on my life for the rest of my life.
Right.
So I took it and went.
So what about you the most that you feel that made you a bad dude?
I was wearing a mask. I got bullied when I was in elementary. And it was nothing but me and my brother. I'm bigger than my brother, but my brother had a heart big as I don't know what, so he used to fight. I didn't want to fight for some apparent reason. I was scared that if
I fought, I was gonna die.
I don't know if I seen it on TV or what this was in my mind, but it was in my mind. So when I got to junior high, I almost got jumped by about like 18 people. And when I went down the street, my brother fought one of the guys, and the neighborhood dudes, the older dudes, didn't let him get jumped. From that day on, I became the monster that they were. From that day on, every motherfucker in Miami-Dade County feared me.
So you became a bad dude just out of defense mechanism.
Yeah.
Which many people do. That's usually why. Usually, but some people are just evil. So I saw in the book you were raised with your grandparents. You know, your mom and dad your stepdad and your mom, which is, I'm just gonna call him your dad because that's who fathered you, and that's how you feel.
He is.
And he seemed worthy to be called that, from what I read. Daddy Chico, is he still alive?
Yeah.
Okay, so you still see him and everything?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's great.
He's still in my life.
That's good. And, you know, I read the part about you when you met your birth dad, and I just want to say I'm so sorry. You know, I know that was long ago, and my heart goes out to that kid.
But I didn't feel abandoned. I might have felt neglected because of what he promised me. As far as in the Christmas and all that. But like I said earlier, my stepfather was getting money. He never denied us. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
He treated us as his children. You know what I'm saying? It's the difference between being a daddy and a father. Any male that can produce sperm can be a daddy. It takes a man to be a father. You know what I'm saying? So family is just not blood.
Right.
Blood just make you related to someone. Family is someone that there for you.
And loyalty.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Not just monetary, it could just be conversation or somebody that's there for you. But
I agree.
So I didn't get that far in the book, but I do know a little bit about it. But I would like for you to just elaborate on your book more, or your life, should I say, because it's very interesting, and uplifting. When you hear his story, it's uplifting because all of us have been through a lot of things, and he is a walking testament of perseverance. So, and God is a deliverer.
So, the book talks about a child that talks about me rather, but it talks about a child that has been through a lot of obstacles in life. You know what I'm saying? Like I started earlier saying that I was told by God that I was gonna write this book. And so it talks about, like I was just saying, about me growing up. I literally went to every bad school in Dade County. From junior high all the way to senior high. I went to Jam Man.
This big old dude.
This big old dude. Like we in junior high. This dude about 6'2" in junior high.
You know, in junior high, you about 5'4".
In junior high, you about 5'4".
You know what I'm saying? This dude, it was a big dude. And he tried my homeboy. So the next day, matter of fact, it wasn't the next day, because it was on Friday. Throughout that weekend, that Monday, we had a party that we ain't gonna catch the school bus. We gonna catch the regular bus. So we caught the regular bus out there. He shot him. Right on the playground, like where all the buses be parked there, because the bus was parked in the field where the PE at.
Junior high school?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And when we got there, we walked up on him. He was out there. He shot him. Me and him ran. We messed around and went different ways. And one of the teachers was riding around looking for us. So they saw me, but they knew I wouldn't shoot him. But he took me back to school and nothing happened. And about a week later, this little white boy came back acting all funny, weird and all that. I had done stole some drugs, 'cause I wasn't selling drugs on the street then. Mm-hmm. But a friend of mine was selling drugs and I stole his drugs. Not all of it, but I stole some, because I knew the white boys out there was on dope. So I sold the white boy some of the dope, and he was acting funny, so he told on me. I ain't selling shit. You know what I'm saying?
And you were how old?
How old you is in the
About 6th or 7th grade?
8th grade, and I was in 8th grade.
Probably about 13, 14.
So I was like, yeah.
Okay.
So I got kicked out of Jam Man, and they went to Roman Leaders. Roman Leaders is a school that people go to that just get out of jail on probation or something. You know what I'm saying?
Were you on probation? Did you just get out of jail?
Nah.
So why'd they put you there? Just they thought you were that bad?
That was the next step.
They figured that was the next step.
So I'm there. All this in a book, but I wound up getting kicked out of there because he was a bully, and he literally tried to bully me, not realizing that he's dealing with a monster.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because he had done been in prison at a young age. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say prison. He went to jail. Like he went to Okeechobee. That was like a prison for juveniles.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He big, all muscular, and he tried me. So that's in the book. So we got into it, and I dropped out of school. So that's what the book talks about. It gives you
what in your life what do you feel about in your life that made you the most monstrous?
Talking about what I did. I can't say that. No, but that's not in the book.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Oh. Okay, well we can skip that. But what?
I did a lot. I sold drugs. I shot people. You know what I'm saying? I did a lot.
All right, so
I was a nightmare that people was having at nighttime.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then when you went to prison, it was not for being a nightmare, or that it was simply because you were driving with what's going on here? You were driving with a suspended license, and that's what landed you in jail. But I want to say that I don't know if you noticed that the suspended license may have been the face of what put you in jail, but maybe that was Nanny's prayer that put you in there to preserve the rest of you.
Yeah, I believe that though.
From what you was going through. Because look, when you got out, you went and first you got your diploma in jail.
Yeah, when I went to prison, that's when I got my GED.
Mm-hmm.
And I got closer to God. But I had got closer to God when I went to jail in Atlanta, because I was like the Black Mafia up there in Atlanta. And that's when I was in a room with nothing else but a Bible, nothing else to read.
Okay.
And when I opened the book, I ain't really read the Bible back then, but I knew of it.
Mm-hmm.
So when I opened it, I opened the Acts, and I read about Saul, who's now has been converted to Paul.
Mm-hmm.
And that just inspired me, because I was Saul. You know what I'm saying?
What about you was Saul? I'm not really familiar with the book of Acts.
Saul was a bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
Saul killed people, beat people up, put people in jail who believed in God.
Okay.
And on the road to Damascus, Jesus blinded him and opened his eyes to a bigger picture. Okay. That now he's going to work for him. But now here, he never believed in this. He heard people praying to God, but never knew that there really was one.
Okay.
So when this happened and Jesus spoke to him, he believed.
Okay.
And that's when his name got converted to Paul. And he wrote more books in the Bible than anybody. You know what I'm saying? Because the Word of God tells you that Jesus came for the sinners, not the saints. And it's the sinners that's going to bring more individuals into the fold. You know what I'm saying? So he needs sinners that has been there, done that, to relate to people. Because I'm going to give you an example. Say if you was on drugs, or a female has been raped. A person that's never been raped or never been on drugs cannot relate. Right. They can give you what the books say, but the person that they're talking to will not feel it.
Right.
And I tell people, your tongue has the power of life and death. It's something special that a person can hear you with their ears and feel you with their heart. Right. So if you done been through it, a person would know by the little things you say, how you respond. And that's what God wants. And that's why I believe that I've been through what I've been through. Because I've always been intelligent. I scored 190-something on my IQ, higher than Einstein. I'm a legal genius. Yeah, so getting back to the book, so like I said, I got my GED. So when I got out of prison, when I met this girl, we were riding down 27th Avenue. I was like, I always wanted to go to college. We were talking about something that just came out. So she pulled into Miami-Dade Community College. So it shocked me, okay. So we went there, seeing about registering, and they was like, well, you got to get all your arrests and write a paper on what happened, But I ain't doing all that. So when we drove off, she messed around and drove by Berry. So we went to Berry University, they ain't want none of that. And I'm the type of person that like a challenge. So when I was with my advisor, she showed me, I forgot the person's name. Matter of fact, I didn't know the person's name because she hadn't blotted it out. But she showed me the person's grades. The person made straight A's. And she was gloating over this person. I'm saying to myself, shit, I'm gonna do the same thing. I wanted to go to college, and my first semester, I made straight A's. I got into 2 honor societies. this is what the book talks about. And but like I was saying earlier, I went there just to really get the refund.
Right.
So I get some old dope. And when I got these honor society and made these grades, all the accolades that came from that, all the praises from not only professors and students, but the girl I was with, and family members made me feel so good about myself. The first time I ever felt that good about myself since I was born.
Wow.
So God put that on my heart. So I changed my little hustle from selling drugs to selling knowledge. So I was writing people papers, charging $300, $500, sometimes $1,000. But I guaranteed you an A. A B plus, none that you get your money back. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna guarantee you an A. And I made money that way. And I wound up graduating summa cum laude. I put in to go to Harvard University. I was accepted. But I didn't have the money, so I didn't go, but I was just proud of to know that I got an acceptance letter. I went back to college and I got 2 degrees. I got an MBA in sports management. And I'm currently in college now getting a doctorate in theology.
Which I forgot to mention, that's where we are currently. We're at Barry University at Mr. Fulwood's school.
Yeah. So mainly, that's what the book talks about. The book gives you a blueprint of my life. And it's there just to let a person know that no matter how dark your journey is, no matter how many hills you got to climb, how many potholes you done been through, that you serve a living God, and He's a deliverer. Right now today, you can go in Dade County, and my name got respect on. I'm literally like right now. The average person that hear me talk and know of me, they're in disbelief. Because I was the person that was deemed to be dead at 16, deemed to be dead at 21. But now with the good graces and the grace of God, I have 7 grandkids. I have 3 children. I have multiple degrees. I'm in good health. Ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm just blessed, but I never would have made it. There's so many demons that was in my past. So many times that I think about I was never good enough. I always felt like that. Even though I was attractive, even though I had money, I was never good enough. In the back of my mind, I wore a mask. For a long time, I wore a mask. I was that beast, but up under it, I love love. You know what I'm saying? I love family. I love to be with family. I could never show that vulnerability because I grew up in the jungle. You know what I'm saying? Liberty City in the late 80s and 90s was a jungle. If you look at it, all the badness you hear about Miami is coming out of Liberty City. People dying every day. Day before yesterday, 2 people got killed right down the street from where I lived at. I'm talking about they dying like it's raining water. You know what I'm saying? So I thank God that I made it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of the ones that He used to bring children to the fold. You know what I'm saying? That letting you know that no matter if you make mistakes, you've been in prison. I done been shot twice. You know what I'm saying? No matter. You like, yeah.
And so I saw that your family was, your grandfather and your grandmother, they were founders, or they attended, were they founders, or they attended the new Mount Calvary ministry?
They was founders.
Baptist Church in Liberty City, right?
Yeah, 71st and 22nd Avenue. I was going to church maybe 6 days out of a week. Yeah.
I just want to remember his grandparents right now. You know, your grandparents who raised you, helped raise you.
Who raised me?
Mr.
My mama them helped raise me. They raised me.
Okay. Granddaddy, Granddaddy and Grandma Fanny, who was AKA Nanny.
Yeah.
Grandfather, Mr. Opia James Smith. He was the deacon, right?
Yeah. And she was the mother. She was the oldest member. She was the mother of the church.
The pie maker.
Yeah.
And the fisherman.
Yeah. She was an angel.
Mm-hmm.
But let me break down the title. I put that to my mind. Why I chose that title, The Dreams of a Saint, Finding Peace Through Nanny's Prayers.
Mm-hmm.
There's a 14th century poet by the name of Dante. Dante wrote a poem entitled The Inferno. The poem depicts 8 layers of hell that a person goes through to get to heaven. Mm-hmm. And that resonated within me, that throughout all my times and trials and tribulations, I was going through them layers of them hell. And I got to the layer and realized that I'm with God. And he's showing me different aspects of my life, different layers of my life that I was going through, which you were reading in the book. And the only way I survived that was through the prayers of my grandmama. You know what I'm saying? Her prayers is why God covered me in the blood of Jesus Christ. Because I didn't have a relationship with God when I was going through everything I was going through, doing what I was doing. I was ignorant to the word of God. But since she was such a just child of God, God favored her. So that's why I chose that title. Because in my heart of hearts, I know that it was only my grandmama why I survived all these years and why I'm surviving now. So it won't be right not to magnify her name.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, is your biological father still with us?
Nah, he passed away.
Have you forgiven him yet?
I can't say, to be honest. I don't think about it because I really don't care. But I know, because I was introduced when I got out of prison. I was introduced to my his children. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Your siblings.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the oldest, he always knew of us. And he always kind of found he was always searching for us. Mm-hmm. And for some apparent reason, when I got out of prison, that's when he found us. See, God knew that if he'd have found us before,
it wasn't time.
It wasn't time. I was too wild. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't time. So he found us then, and he told us when he first met us, 'cause my mama dropped us off at their front door. My mama and my biological father was going through an argument or whatever. Excuse me. And she dropped me and my brother off at the front door, being mad because he was married. Mm-hmm. She was the what you call it? She was the sidekick, the side chick. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But she done got 2 children from him. So now she mad that he ain't choose her and dropped us off. Then he was gonna keep us.
Is that in the book?
I don't know. Because when I wrote the book, it wasn't scripted. I wrote the book from my heart. Mm-hmm. I wrote the book from memory. So as I'm writing it, just...
I understand.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I don't know if it's enough. I can't tell you what's in the book, but whatever you ask me, I could break it down. Because all of it's true.
Right.
Nah, it was based on a true story. It's not a true story. It was based on a true story. But I could break it down. You know what I'm saying? So she came back crying. You know what I'm saying? In the book, it tell you how my granddaddy did not play. So she went and told her daddy he's trying to take my children. So her and my granddaddy went and got us back. But I met them, and that's another story. But
I want to skip around a little bit and talk about how when you were a kid in church and your granddad used to walk to the end of the corner to make sure everybody, all the members got home safely.
Yeah, that was during the McDuffie riot. Mm-hmm. I was a little child, and every Sunday night it's a bus stop on the side of the church, So he would make sure everybody, if any of the members was on the bus stop, if the church bus had done left, he'll take them home. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't allow nobody. So this particular Sunday, it was a riot going on, and when he went outside, a white man was getting beat up by a bunch of black kids. Cause the church is right across the street from Scott Projects, one of the biggest projects in the United States. I think it was either the biggest project in the United States or the second biggest project in the United States. And it's a lot of rough dudes. And he went out there and he made them stop, and he brought the white man inside the church. He saved his life.
I just want to tell the viewers that this book is incredible. It's so much more to this book than what we've discussed today. But it pretty much, if you read this book and you're going through anything in life after reading it, I guarantee you will look at life differently. You will understand that it's not about what you went through or what you're going through, but it's about how you handle it. You could have been whatever you were, and then you can be something completely different tomorrow. It's just a conscious decision. And you gotta keep God close.
It's never too late. That you'll be surprised about how many businesses, even the county and state, is involved in this security program where they hire felonies. You have people that supervise at the county, supervise over this job, over that job. There's felons. I was a supervisor over Walmart.
You know what? I just realized what you said. Okay.
And that's one of the harder places to get into for a job if you have a felon. I was a supervisor. You know what I'm saying? It's just you got to want it. If you fresh out of prison or you done had this on your record, trust me, there's so many jobs out there that will hire you, and 9 times out of 10, you probably got good credit. You don't have no credit because you probably wasn't even using credit, and you could build your credit. It done been so many years you can go through getting your credit fixed and have a 700 score within a year. Anybody with a 6, I think it's 30, can literally go and buy a house. You probably got the money and the means right now to have a house, but you're living in a 1-bedroom.
I want to share with everybody about your mentorship, and I want you to tell the people where they could reach you at if they wanted to, maybe your email address, your whatever platform you would like to share, where maybe, because I know you hold seminars for life coaching, right?
Yeah.
And if anybody would like to reach Mr. So Mr. Fulwood, if anybody want to reach Mr. Fulwood, where can they reach you at?
Lamont.Fulwood at mymail.berry.edu. But I'm a life coach. I'm a motivational speaker. And I'm just a life speaker, period. When I say that, I'm talking about I deal with relationships, your significant other.
I seen a couple of your seminars, and I agree, he has some very good information. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Your siblings, your children, your mother. I deal with relationships, and I give you ways to get out. I give you ways to win. I'm not only giving you information, but I'm giving you information from the medical journals. You know what I'm saying? From scholarly journals. I'm giving you information because I love knowledge. You know what I'm saying? I just love knowledge. And street knowledge and intellectual knowledge, if you put them two together, that's so powerful.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I have both. I literally have both. But getting back to what she was saying, I want to get off subject. Yeah, I can help you out. I'm a life coach.
So there you have it. He left his email address. If you didn't catch it, you can just rewind the video, and you can email him for more information on his seminars or personal lectures, personal coaching, personal tutoring. There you have it. I want to thank you for coming allowing me to come to the home of your school, Barry University. I want to say I'm not your mom, but I'm very proud of you and the man you become. You know, hope this is not our last time.
It won't be.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You guys take care. Please don't take what he said lightly. And I'm going to post where you can read his book at and where you can purchase his book in the future. Thank y'all for watching. Please subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and have a great one.